Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. The biggest new announcement during the Game Awards was absolutely that Arcane Leon is making Blade. They just released some new concept art, and I thought it was a good time to go over some of the details that we've heard thus far. First and foremost, let me make it clear I am aware that Blade is a third person action adventure game that will come out on Xbox and possibly other consoles, while the vast majority of this channel is dedicated to isometric turn-based CRPGs. In fact, anytime I step outside that lane, the views on the video instantly plummet. But I don't care. It's Blade. We are going to make an exception, and you all are just going to have to deal with it. Before we get into more details about the game, let's talk about its developer, Arcane Leon Studios. To be clear, they are not the same team as Arcane Studios, which created Redfall. Arcane Leon is known for Dishonored and Deathloop. Many of you have strong negative feelings about Deathloop. I didn't play it, so I have no judgment, but even those complaints aren't anywhere close to what people feel about Redfall, so I think the distinction is important. Arcane Leon is known for games that have very unique art styles and gameplay, which makes it very exciting that they are the group handling Blade. I thought the trailer looked a little too close to what they've done before, but the concept art has me excited all over again, and I think it showcases a very distinctive style. They are also known for games that incorporate quite a bit of stealth into your adventure. Honestly, I'm a little apprehensive about that because in my mind, Blade should be a game where you can go in stealthy or guns blazing, depending on your preference. I recall Dishonored being a game that to some degree punished you if you didn't stick with stealth mechanics, and the footage I've seen makes me think Deathloop might be the same way. Again, I haven't played Deathloop, so it might be the exact opposite, and regardless, the mechanic systems in both series have been heralded as being very unique, so if nothing else, Blade at least won't be boring. What this studio is not known for is third-person games. All of their previous entries have been first-person, but they confirmed Blade will be an exception, and I think that's a fantastic choice. His look is absolutely iconic, and it's not enough to just shoot and slice through enemies. Blade needs to look wicked cool while doing it. The game's story, while of course to some degree based on the Blade comics, will be original. Blade is in the middle of a quarantine section of Paris that is dealing with a vampiric outbreak. Those are all the story details available at this time, but it has been confirmed the game will be mature, and I have high hopes for a similar amount of bloodshed that we witnessed in the old Wesley Snipes movies. I think it's also safe to assume that other major Marvel heroes and villains will show up to join in the fun, but that is yet to be announced. Arcane Leon is owned by Microsoft, so it's a good bet that Blade will be available on the Xbox and PC. It's not clear if it's also coming to PlayStation and Switch. Since there are no Xbox tags in the trailer, it doesn't appear to be exclusive at this time. Spider-Man being exclusive to PlayStation was simple, since Sony owns that property, but Microsoft doesn't have that kind of pull with Blade, so it could be they need to pay Disney for that exclusivity, or it could also be that Disney wants Blade in as many homes as possible to help serve as marketing for the movie. There's a lot of interesting angles to that story, so I'll leave a link in the description to a Forbes article that delves into it a lot more. All right, with all that information out of the way, let's dive into the concept art. I'll go over the details that jump out at me, but by all means, if you all notice things I missed, please leave a comment down below. The first screenshot shows Blade standing on a rooftop. This shot obviously has strong Batman vibes, with Blade looking out over a city he is here to protect, while vampire bats swarm in the searchlights. The big difference is down at the bottom by Blade's feet, where you can see two dead bodies laying in a pool of their own blood. I have a lot of confidence we are going to get the correct level of maturity from this game. Rooftops usually play a big part in Arcane Leon games, as you can use them for stealth or getting better angles on enemies you want to take out. On that same note, this image seems to convey we will play in an open world, similar to other Arcane Leon games, which placed you into large open levels where you had the freedom to use different mechanics in whatever way you saw fit. The verbiage at the top of the screen translates into curfew exit prohibited, reinforcing that innocent people are trapped in this space with vicious vampires. To the left of that building, way in the distance, you can see the Eiffel Tower, reminding you that this game is set in Paris. The developer team is really proud that the game is based in their hometown of France, so I expect that the game will heavily lean into that setting. Finally, I assume the RIP art to the left of Blade is a reference to a previous Arcane Leon game, because otherwise I have no idea what it is. Again, if one of you knows the reference, please illuminate us down in the comments. Alright, the second concept art shows Blade sneaking around a corner looking at a line of people, presumably about to enter a club. The movies heavily emphasize Blade infiltrating large raves or parties to create incredible spectacles of blood and light. Hopefully we can look forward to similar set pieces in the game. Again, the onion head pops up to the left of Blade, and I have no idea why. The main security guard in front of the club looks like a vampire, which brings up an interesting question regarding whether or not vampires are completely running the city at night, as opposed to just lurking in the shadows trying to pick off unsuspecting victims. The last screenshot is hopefully a sign of many amazing combat set pieces to come. Blade is looking super awesome and badass while holding up his signature titanium sword against a swarm of vampire bats at a train station. Inside the train are multiple vampires who appear to be drugged or in a daze. They also seem completely uninterested in whatever battle Blade is waging. This image kind of gives me Sifu vibes, and it would be amazing to fight through an area where most of the people present are partying and couldn't care less about the complete carnage happening around them. Alright, that wraps up all the information I have regarding the new Blade game. Keep in mind, development on the game just started, so we probably won't get a full version for another 2 to 3 years. I never thought we'd get a Blade game, so yes, I will be shamelessly following this and making content for it every step of the way. Let me know down in the comments if you are looking forward to this game and plan to play it once it releases. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. Take care!